Welcome to my channel for another Manipulation Monday. If you are new here, my name is Amy and I am a previous MLM hun who is now trying to right some of the wrongs that I did when I was in MLM and really just expose the things that are hidden when you're looking at an MLM or you're looking at a company and letting people know that they are not alone. I would love it if you would like, subscribe, comment. You can turn on notifications, all of the things. But on Mondays, I try to highlight a story for Manipulation Monday. And today we're going to talk about Cheryl's story. And the beauty, really, of this community versus the Beachbody community is that we are supporting and loving each other with nothing to gain from it. We just are truly loving and supporting each other, and it's not transactional. And Cheryl is awesome. And she shares amazing content and is just an incredible person. And I feel grateful that I have gotten to know her. So this is her story. She actually wrote this for a class, and it's called How I Survived a Cult. Growing up, I saw my mom working hard, but she always struggled to pay bills, put food on the table, and buy us new clothes for school every year. I admired her so much, but my mom was hardly ever home because she had to work so much. I remember wishing that we could just win the lottery so that she did not have to work so hard or so much. I resonate with that. I came from with a single mom of 5 kids, and it was the same thing. She struggled greatly in providing for us. Once I became a mother at 23, I took on my mom's demanding work ethic. I was working 7 days a week as a server for Red Lobster. I was able to provide for my oldest son, but not without budgeting or going without things for myself. By the time I met my husband and had my second son, I knew that I did not want to work so much and miss my youngest son growing up like I did my oldest son. But how would that be possible? We were already living paycheck to paycheck, buying groceries in place of paying the car payment, and maxing out credit cards the day we got them. My husband could not work because he was having back problems, and we needed to win the lottery to live. In 2013, when our youngest was 2 years old, I was unhappy with my weight and wanted to do something about it, but we could not afford to get a gym membership. So I borrowed the Insanity workout DVDs from a friend at work, and I was able to lose weight within 4 months and felt amazing. I was sharing my journey on Facebook with my friends and family, and one day in 2014, a girl messaged me and said, "Hey girl, I love your results and you are so inspiring. Have you ever thought about becoming a coach and helping other women to lose weight and feel great? In doing so, you can make extra money doing what you are already doing." I should have said no, because this was a multi-level marketing company, which is also known as an MLM. I should have blocked this girl and continued to enjoy working out and eating real food. But instead I told her, I would love to share this with other women and help them feel as good as I did. I had to wait until payday to sign up as a Beachbody coach, and I chose to pay the $160 fee instead of paying the electric bill. As soon as I signed up, my life became Beachbody. I would work on building my business anytime I had a free moment or during work hours. I was buying Shakeology I was buying Shakeology every month for $100 because I had to be a product of the product to have my business grow. I was buying a new workout program every month because I had to do every program and run a challenge group with all my new customers because that's how I made my money back, right? So within the first 2 months, I had spent $320, and in return, I was making a 25% commission on what I sold. By month 3, I was ready to give up on this Beachbody coaching business. I was spending more money than I was bringing in sales. My upline told me that I just had not worked hard enough plugging into the team. I needed to read personal development books, and I needed to start building a team. So that is what I did. I worked my 9-to-5 corporate job and then would come home and work 6 to 8 hours every night to grow my business. I continued to spend $100 to $400 a month to grow my business. I was bought into the boss babe culture. I was told that if someone does not believe in you, then they should not be in your life. But my husband was the one who did not believe in the business because he knew how much I was spending more every month than I was making. This caused trouble between us because he was trying to make me understand that this was taking away from our family. But I was working this hard and spending this money every month to make our dream come true. And then we would not have to keep wishing to win the lottery. This went on for 8 years. I was always a part of Beachbody and their groups on Facebook, but jumped from one MLM to another trying to chase the dream. No matter what MLM I was with, I was always told that I needed to be a product of the product, spending $100 to $400 a month to sell to customers and recruit new distributors or coaches. I continued to plug into team culture, going to trainings, conventions, and joining groups with mentors to help me grow my business. By 2020, I was doing my taxes for 2019. I had fully been back in the Beachbody coaching culture, working every night 6 to 8 hours to grow my business. Plugging into the team, I needed to read personal development books, invest in life coaching, still spend $100 to $400 a month in products. I was bought into the boss babe culture. But for the first time in 8 years, I could see on paper that in 2019, I spent close to $10,000 on my Beachbody business, but I had only made $1,296. I was livid seeing that in black and white. Why hadn't my husband shown me this before? Our poor husbands. The crazy thing is that he did. I just would not listen to him, no matter what I thought. He was just trying to crush my dream, our dream. After seeing the proof in front of me, I decided to take a step back from the business and stop working. But I kept my account open because I was still buying products for myself, and my customers were still buying products from me. I did not want to leave the community, friendships, and world I had been a part of for the past 8 years. At this point, I was spending $100 to $200 a month while making $14 checks once a month. I was still not breaking even. In the words from my upline of I just had not worked hard enough, I was not plugging into the team, I needed to be reading more personal development books, and I needed to start building a team was on repeat. At this point, I honestly could not build a team because I did not want to bring someone into a business model that was designed for you to fail and make your upline succeed. From you spending $100 to $400 a month on your personal products, of which your upline makes a commission. Confused as to how that works, let me show you the definition of a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is an illegal investment scam based on hierarchical setup that pays members higher up in the structure with funds from new members. In 2021, I completely canceled my Beachbody account and stopped selling or buying their products. Once I did this, I realized that the community, friendships, and world I had been a part of for the past 8 years was gone. They all stopped talking to me and interacting with me on social media. I became exiled from everything and everyone I had known for the past 8 years. I should have known this was going to happen because once I stopped working the business, they had all started to cut off communication with me. I started going through a depression because I was grieving the loss of this world I had been a part of for the last 8 years. During this time, I gained 30 pounds and thought about going back because I thought the only way to have friends, a community, be able to get healthy, and lose weight were through Beachbody. Until I found the Peloton community and fell in love with moving my body again. I would no longer work out so I could post about it on social media in the hopes to gain a new customer so that I could make money off of them. Instead, I was working out for my mental health and the joy of movement for the first time in 8 years. After I started moving my body again, I realized that a huge part of my weight gain was because I was eating food again. For the past 8 years, I had followed a diet that deprived me of food groups, calories, and caused me to believe that food was my enemy. Once I left Beachbody, I realized I had to heal my relationship with food and learn how to stop feeling guilty when I was eating more than 1,200 calories a day. This was and has been the hardest part of my new journey to health and wellness. But instead of falling back into their diet culture, I have made it a personal mission to heal myself first and enjoy the foods that I had missed for the past 8 years. I have learned to stop binging and overeating and enjoy food. I'm sure you're wondering, how was this a cult? MLMs and cults use some of the same mind control techniques. Once you enter an MLM, you are showered with praise, love, affection, and promises of becoming rich because you are owning your own business. This hooks you, controls you, while disrupting your identity and your ability to think independently or rationally. This process is known as the bite model, and I will include a link to that in the description below. Behavior control, information control, thought control, and emotional control. All of these tactics are how I was stuck in this business for 8 years. I have moved on from feeling shame and guilt over what I allowed myself to go through in the past 8 years. I have now joined a new movement that is called the Anti-MLM movement, and I'm focusing on learning how to help other women who are stuck in an MLM and are scared to get out. I'm dedicating the time I used to spend trying to trace the dream on sharing, educating, and learning how people are being brainwashed and shamed into staying in these companies. I want to show them that what they have went through is not their fault. They are not alone. There are other ways to build a community, have genuine friendships, and build a business without becoming rich off of other people in your downline losing money or going bankrupt. I do still feel bad over the people I invited into the MLM world while I was trying to build my dream. But I believe we all have a purpose on this earth, and sometimes you must go through hard times to teach others how to make it through. Cheryl, thank you for being you. As I was reading through this, there were so many parts of it that resonated with me, and we all have vulnerabilities, whether you want to admit it or not. And the trick the MLM teaches you is how to utilize those vulnerabilities to find your people. So for me, growing up with a single mom who had a high school education and was trying to raise 5 kids, being lonely in a new state, staying home with 5 kids and wanting to still feel like I was contributing financially because I had for so many years. And there were just so many things to it that they tried to cater the message to me that MLM and specifically Beachbody would be the answer to that. I also really resonate with Cheryl in saying, now trying to heal your relationship with food. It is a struggle. And despite what their super trainers and their program creators say, they are definitely involved in diet culture. They are teaching you to restrict, and to restrict to the point that you are being undernourished. And in my opinion and in my experience, that has led to me binging. And it led to me binging and feeling guilty while I was in Beachbody, eating in secret, hiding things that I was doing, and then trying to put forth that message on Facebook and Instagram that things are fantastic and, I'm loving what I'm doing, or, thanks to Beachbody, I'm doing this or this. Beachbody didn't lose 100 pounds. I lost 100 pounds. I did that. Did I utilize some of the Beachbody products? Yes, I did. But guess what? I don't want to utilize products for the rest of my life. I want to figure out how to do this and how to do it in a way that I can still have a cookie if I want. Today's my daughter's birthday. I want to have a piece of cake and not feel guilty. As I was watching Autumn Calabrese's stories over the weekend, she was showing okay, well, I'm not going to eat a carb during the day so that I can have a drink at night. And then she shared her drink and she was like, oh my gosh, I totally messed up and I didn't save the right kind of yellow container. Ma'am, can you not see how disordered this is? How scary this is? And the fact that that there's so many people supporting this is scary. And that is why we speak out. And that is why we do these videos. Yeah, there were just so many things that she said in there. I'm going to include a couple of podcasts in the notes that have helped me in learning different things. And I think I've recommended the maintenance phase before. It does swear, so I would not listen to it with little ears around. But the explanations that they have of the BMI and various diets and people who are very prominent in the weight loss field was so eye-opening to me and helped me gain some clarity around why we do the things we do, and also managed to get me pretty angry at how we are manipulated constantly to feel less than. And it's time to fight back against that. Whew. Also, intuitive eating. I am going to share some links for people who actually do intuitive eating, not what the Beachbody coach who is big on it says, because she does not understand intuitive eating in the least. So I'm going to include some of those people that I would recommend down in the show notes as well. And most of all, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you for being here. If you would like me to share your story, I can do it anonymously or with your name. I will put the information on how to do that in the show notes. And then also I'm going to put Cheryl's information in the notes section as well, because she is amazing to follow. All right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing week.